true psychopath. When you're lost, take your trust. That's me. That's so sick. I'm a fraud, call me a liar. A true psycho. I'm a fraud, call me a liar. A true psychopath, don't love me. When you're lost, take your trust. Yeah, that's me. Oh, that's me, that's me, that's me. Yes, I'm a fraud. Call me a liar. A true psychopath.
Hi, how is everyone? Good, I hope. It's Friday. I ain't got no job and I ain't got shit to do. So I'm gonna hang with y'all. What's up? Everybody doing? All right. So first and foremost, let me say thank you to Punksy for the super sticker. That was very sweet, very generous. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Also, it's the beginning of the month, right? Mostly. I mean, it's the third. So let me go ahead and drop that membership link in case anybody's thinking about becoming a member. Hold on. I have to type it all the way out because if I hit the thing, it'll give a space and it'll mess it all up. And if you want to give your girl a tip where YouTube doesn't take their cut, here's that link. And if you want to buy some delicious wax melts, music melts from Nadie, hold on, I did it anyway. There we go. There's that one. And for my pal, Allie, here's her channel. If you ain't subscribed, go check her out. All right. Thank you, Emily, so much. And welcome to Cuckoos. To Punksy. Emily, thank you for gifting memberships. I appreciate it, y'all. All right. So, before we get started, y'all know we got to hear a word from our sponsor. So, let's hear a word. Here we go.
And Kai, when you're on Jen Lou's channel, what do you do with the like button?
Smash, smash, smash! Yeah.
That's right. That's what you do. So, if you haven't done so, hit that like button. I don't want to keep you guys waiting anymore, but I see all of you. I'm so glad that each and every one of you made it. I appreciate it. I apologize so much for pushing this live off. I am working on a trailer for a video that I'm going to set to members only. Everybody from the Kookaloos all the way up can see it. I really, 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 really want your honest feedback on this trailer. Okay, there's a couple I'm working on, but I'm going to start with this one first because I want to bring you guys content that you want to see, right? And I just want to get y'all's feedback, and so tell me the truth. If you don't like it, if you don't think it's a good idea, tell me. I want to hear about it. Honestly, I do. Oh, thank you so much, B Crumbs. Thank you for gifting memberships. I appreciate that. Thank you so, so much. Okay. So let's talk about what we're going to be doing tonight. So tonight we're going to be roasting one Lori Daybell. As you all know, her sentencing was this week. As you all know, she was sentenced to several life without the possibility of parole, which is nothing less than she deserves. In fact, to be quite honest with you, I actually kind of think that the death penalty might have been too easy on her. To have to sit in prison every single day and be with people that I truly believe she thinks are beneath her is, in my opinion, the best punishment for her. So, in a way, I'm kind of glad that Idaho took the death penalty off the table, because also I think that had they left it on the table, I actually think that Lori would consider herself a even bigger martyr. And we all know she is not a martyr, but she is a monster. And I don't think anything was more evident than that, than when she spoke. Now, yes, I'm going to get to the speaking part of it, but before I actually want to play her attorney's statement. And the reason I want to do that is because I just find what her attorney said to be so interesting, given what follows afterwards. So I think that it's important for us, to hear all the things. Okay. If you are new to the channel or you are watching on replay and this is your first time, this is a roast. This is where I make fun of the person who committed the crime, who was found guilty and later sentenced. I am not making fun of the crime. The crime is heinous. The crime is despicable. The crime is disgusting. I'm not making fun of the victims of the crime at all. I support the victims. I support the victims' family. I support the victims' families getting justice, particularly in all cases, but particularly in this one. So I'm not making fun or making light of the crime, only Lori Daybell and her audacity. And quite honestly, I think that she must have some kind of jumpsuit with extra large pockets for all the audacity that bitch is carrying around in them, because I cannot believe what she said. And yeah, ugh, I just can't. Okay. So, anyway, before we also, just one last thing about this video. I am so sorry that it's taking me so long to get this video out to you guys. It's just a trailer. It's not even a long video. It's just that for whatever reason, I'm having a very, very difficult time getting what is in my brain out in a video. Like, I have a vision for how I wanted the video to look, sound, be, et cetera, and I'm having like a really hard time translating that. I don't know why that is, but I'm going to work on it. So, yes, Tiffany, the unmitigated goal of that bitch. She does, yes, cement shoes. She does. She has more audacity than Tote and Chazzle Dazzle put together. I think that the details that we learned from the trial, it's just awful. So, without further ado, let me make this screen bigger and then add it to the stream so that we can get started on this. All right. If you'll note my avatar, Jesus says, this is a quote from Jesus. I didn't say that. Okay. I'm not making fun of religion. I'm making fun of the fact that Lori is using religion to justify her bitch assedness. I have no tolerance or patience for that. Okay. I'm going to have to do something. I'm going to have to do something because it's really like I can't get it. All right. But that's neither here nor there. That's not what you came for. You came for a roast. And did I even add it to the stream? I sure did. All right. And here we go. Let me see about these closed captions. Turn them on just in case. Let me skip forward just a scotch.
Okay, we're back on the record on KCR 2221-1624, State of Idaho versus Lori Noreen Vallow. This is the sentencing hearing. We took a mid-morning break. The state concluded its sentencing recommendations, and the defense may now present or comply with that order.
We saw.
Or is it okay for me to sit, given the acoustics in the room?
I think it'd probably be better if you remain seated to pick up the recording on the record.
Very good, Your Honor. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Now this is something I missed earlier. That they asked permission to sit, which is nice, I guess. Okay, here we go. Given the acoustics.
Your Honor, some 20 years ago, I was sworn into the bar and took a sacred oath to uphold the Constitution. And part of upholding that Constitution is making sure that the state meets their burden on criminal cases. They're required to prove beyond a reasonable doubt every aspect of the case. And
Already, we're like 5 seconds into it and I'm already annoyed. I don't understand the purpose of this part of the speech. I'm not even going to lie. You're addressing the court, not the jury. So you don't need to explain to the court your role as an attorney, nor do you need to explain the oath that you took. The court is fully aware. Okay. This is frankly pedantic and I'm already annoyed, but let's hear him out. Here we go.
I used to be a prosecutor back in the day, 20 years ago. I understand the burden and I understand the weight that they carry. I enjoyed the job, but it was a bit of a commute. And after a couple of years, I found a job that was closer to home, gave me a little more opportunity to be with my family. And so I took the job, but I was going to be a job as a public defender. And it was hard. I was torn because people would come to me and they would say, you know, how can you do that? How can you represent people that are charged with such horrible and terrible things? And so I went to my wife, one of my best and greatest counselors, and I said, what do you think of all this? And she told me, John, I don't think Jesus Christ was a prosecutor. He is our greatest advocate. And I sit beside Lori Vallow, and I hope and pray for words that he would have me say. And so
Okay, I already have to stop again. Here's the deal. This is what I don't understand about this particular attorney. His client is Lori Daybell. That's her name. That is the name under which she has been indicted. Her last name is Daybell, right? She married him. It's all legal. They got papers on each other, blah, 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 right? What I don't understand is why he insists on referring to her as Vallow. Now, had it been that they were tried together, then I would understand it, because that is a very clever way of separating the two of them, right? As if the jury is going to somehow magically forget these two fools ran off to Hawaii and got married. Okay, whatever. But in this situation, under these circumstances, I feel like, bro, what are you doing? You know? So you're about to launch into this speech about how everybody deserves, under the Constitution, the right to a defense, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they do. And you're right. And I'm not even going to argue that. You're right. You're absolutely right. But don't you think that as you're going to launch into this speech about how misunderstood Lori is, you might want to address her by her actual fucking government name? I mean, am I wrong? Like, if it were me, and first of all, it would never be me, because I would never be doing what Lori Vallow did, Lori Daybell. It would not be me. But if I found myself being prosecuted for a crime, any crime, even if it was jaywalking, right? I would want my attorney to address me by my fucking government name, especially because it's irksome to her, and you can see when he does it that it's irksome to her. So yeah, here we go. Let's keep going. because as you can see, we've got quite a bit of time. We're only going to go through his and then Lori's speech. We're not going to listen to the judge.
Reflected upon this day and this hour for a long time, several weeks. And the message that I think I need to tell the court and the recommendation that I need to give to the court regarding Ms. Vallow is a message of peace and love and joy and hope. First of all, peace. There are so many victims in this case. So many lives have been touched in a negative way. There is devastation and destruction surrounding this case. 3 deaths. And my heart aches. It truly does, as does the rest of my team, Jim and Brandon and all of our experts.
Mhm.
We ache with the victims in this case.
All right. First of all, Obi-Wan Kenobi, your speech is already going to peace, love, joy, and hope. Did he even say joy? I don't know if he said joy. Peace, love, and hope. Okay, just stop. Stop. But you're not going to, so let's just hear it.
There's a lot of hurt surrounding this case.
Yeah, that's
And not just the direct victims. As the court is well aware, there are cousins and uncles and aunts and people just in the general public who have been touched by this case.
Yes, counselor, let's address that really quick, shall we? Correct me if I'm wrong, but weren't you and your team trying to keep Tammy Daybell's aunt from making a victim impact statement? So how are you acknowledging all of the people that aren't in the immediate family, but are in fact not just outside the immediate family, i.e. cousins, etc., and also the general public, right? You're acknowledging that, but yet you filed a motion to stop people who were not considered immediate family and therefore, the victim's representative from speaking in this trial or in this sentencing phase. I'm just very curious how that logic plays out. And I know that you did it, because it's your job. And, I think you did it more for Lori, because I've never seen a defense attorney pull that kind of shenanigan in my life, but you did. So I feel like this part of your speech here is really going to fall on deaf ears for me. And I give you no kudos. I'm not even going to give you 1/8 of an ounce of grace because of what you did to Tammy Daybell's aunt. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, please continue.
And that hurt can sometimes be manifest as hate. And I think that Lori Daybell is probably.
Okay, I'm going to stop you again. Are you really trying to give us the fucking Yoda speech? Fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, hate leads to suffering. Seriously? People are angry. They're angry because your client sat there indignant throughout the whole trial. That's why people are angry. They're angry that she hasn't taken one bit of accountability, responsibility, shown an ounce of remorse for anybody in this situation except for her. Fuck off.
Probably the most hated woman in America right now.
No.
And maybe in the world.
No. Don't do
But that hate will never bring closure to the victims. That hate will never bring about the healing to those who are hurt by this case. And hate will never bring about peace.
No, you're correct about that.
Martin
Hate
Luther
doesn't-
King Jr. once said that.
You're right. Hate does not bring about peace. You're correct about that. But sometimes it's part of the grief process. The final step is acceptance. So people have to move through their grief process. All right. It's not been that long. You got to give people time, especially when she acts a fucking fool.
That hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that.
Oh, please give the
So
door
how do we
analogy.
stop the hurt and the pain and the loss? And I've heard from a number of people today who've talked about JJ never being able to reach his milestones or his 21st birthday, or we wouldn't know what Tylee was going to be when she grew up. We'll never see her playing in the front yard with her children. We'll never know.
Yeah, you're right. We won't. Everybody that said that as part of their victim impact statement was telling the truth. Your client sitting next to you there, flicking her foot, shaking her leg, robbed the world of JJ and Tylee's potential. She sure did. She did do that. She did do that. She also robbed the world of Tammy Daybell's potential and Charles Vallow's potential. We don't know what other impacts they were going to have on this world. And your client sat right there and took it from the world. So yes, please tell us how Lori's misunderstood. I can't wait.
We'll never know what Tammy's students make of themselves as they grow up. But we need peace to replace the hurt. And that peace and that healing will only come about by love and compassion.
All right, look, I am a huge fan of John Lennon. I am a huge fan of his movement, giving peace a chance. Yes, I am. All right, but let me just say this. This is not that, okay? Peace comes when the person who has wronged you apologizes and accepts responsibility. That's the first step towards peace. But whatever, please continue. I need to quit interrupting you. You're just irritating me.
And I hope that each person that's touched by this case, whether they're a family member or a friend or just someone who has followed this case from the beginning, I hope they can heal and find some semblance of peace again, because this world needs peace. Which brings me to love. And I think that's how we're going to get back to peace.
Oh my God. Are you going to give us the Whitney
And
Houston
Lori, if she could speak to each one of those people
speech?
who've been
You're going to give us the greatest love of all is inside of you. Oh my God. Maybe you, but not your demon client.
hurt by this case or been affected by this case in a negative way, her message would be one of love. Her motto is, love is the key. And
what?
Lori's a very misunderstood person.
I don't think so.
People that know her, and I mean really know her, get the chance to know her the way that I did, the way that her family knows her.
What family? The children that she had murdered or participated in their murder in some type of way? The way that family knows her? Isn't that and by the way, what other family has she got? Literally everybody that is in her family has been like, they ain't claiming her no more. So what family are we supposed to ask to give us an understanding of Lori? You don't know her. Lori is wearing a mask. She is a demon. The end.
They would know that she is about love. Now, Lori and I didn't always get along. Our team has had tension and frustration.
Oh, I'm
and a lot of misunderstanding.
She seems like such a swell gal.
But overwhelmingly, an overarching concept behind Lori and everything that she says to us and everything that she does is love.
What?
So if you get to know Lori, you'd find that she's a very different person than she.
I mean, if you're talking about narcissistic love in that she loves herself and puts herself first above everyone and everything all the time, always, okay. If that's what you're trying to say, sure, I would agree with that. She's a selfish person who's not even a person. She's a demon.
Plays on TV. She's kind. She's loving. She's caring. She's very witty. She's insightful. She's smart.
Oh, is she? Let's
And
hear
if you
her
talk to people
wit.
that knew her prior to 2018, prior to this
Mm.
whole crazy event,
This crazy event. Bruh, look, we're not talking about this woman threw a fucking rager at her house and shit got out of hand and the house was destroyed. Okay. That's an crazy event. All right. That's not what happened here. This is not a crazy event. All right. This isn't like she went to the roller rink and backward skated when they said there was no backward skating allowed, okay? Or she fast skated during couples time. Like, shut the fuck up. This is not crazy event. Give me a break.
series of events, you'll hear about a wonderful person who is active in her church, who was active in her community, who loved her children, very active in
Yeah, actively recruiting 144,000 people, right? But in the meantime, if any of those 144,000 people happen to be attached to people who were less than desirable and didn't make the cut for the 144,000, then they had to be unalived. Shut up.
their lives.
Active in her.
You'll hear people who talk about how great she was with their children in her church, callings, in
I
her
would not let this woman
neighborhood.
watch a rock.
She was a great mother to her kids. Her son, Colby, in fact, testified at trial that she was a great mother when he was growing up.
Uh-huh.
She has redeeming values.
What are those?
Hey, Woodcock,
Hey, hold on a minute. Let's get back to this redeeming values. What are her redeeming values? Huh? That she knows how 1,100 different uses for hot Cheeto dust other than just eating it. That it can be lipstick, it can be rouge. You can use it to highlight your hair. I mean, she knows how to curl her hair with what? Toilet paper rolls. Good for her. That's her. I don't see what is her redeeming value. And P.S. Good moms don't unalive their children.
sang her praises today. That Lori was a great mom and that
I forgot. Lori, with her mind, can turn somebody into a Satan taco and ship them across the United States. Which, by the way, tacos are freaking messy and they're not really built for shipping. Like, why couldn't it be, I don't know, a Satan burrito or hell, even a Satan enchilada? Those things are really wrapped up tight. Something other than a Satan taco. See, she's not even imaginative either. She isn't really.
Kay allowed JJ Canaan to be adopted by Lori and Charles. And there's a lot of confusion and there's a lot of misunderstanding about how this ultimately came to pass.
No, there isn't. I think it's pretty clear what happened. The confusion comes in as to why anybody would think this was a good idea. That's where people are confused. How it came to pass, everybody is very, very clear on. There's no confusion. I'm not confused.
And
Put a
that's
one in
probably
the-
not going to
hold on,
change
let me-
anytime soon.
Put a 1 in the chat, y'all, if you're confused about how all this came to pass.
There will be a lot of misunderstanding and a lot of confusion for a while. This brings me to my last topic
Oh, good. Thank you.
of healing, and that is of hope.
Okay, Obi.
So what is hope? Well, hope is defined as a feeling of expectation and desire for a certain thing to happen.
Oh, look at you knowing how to Google
So
out a word.
what do we want to happen in this case? I think the court is well aware of the 4 goals of sentencing pursuant to Idaho Code 1925-21. The first and foremost is the protection of society. The second most important is rehabilitation, and then deterrence of the individual and the public generally. And finally, the least important, according to statute, is that of punishment. Now, first-degree murder is first-degree murder, and conspiracy carries the same punishment. Under Title 18, 4004,
Bruh.
And I quote, "The court shall impose a life sentence with a minimum period of confinement of not less than 10 years, during which the period of confinement of the offender shall not be eligible for parole or discharge or credit or reduction of sentence for good conduct, except for meritorious service." So those are the two guiding principles that we have to look at. And I know the court's well aware of this. This isn't necessarily for the court's edification,
Who's it for then?
but I think we have to think about how are we going to heal.
Who is it for? If the court is the one deciding what's going to happen here, then whose edification is it for? Because all you've done is irritate me. So it can't be for my edification. I don't care for it. No me gusta.
The hurt and the pain and the devastation of this case with hope. How do we reconcile the four goals of sentencing in Idaho Code 1925-21 and the requirements of punishment in 184004 with hope?
Oh my God, I can't.
Well,
No, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
we, and collectively, I'm talking about the court, the prosecution, and the defense, collectively, have saved the life of the defendant.
Yep.
I don't think the court, nor the prosecution, or the defense team should take credit or blame for the death penalty being taken off the table as a possible punishment.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, it was a collective effort, an effort that led to the court's decision. It was a necessary outcome to a series of events that no one person can be credited.
Oh, Jesus fuck, Lemony Snicket. Are we going to get to the series of unfortunate events now? Just get on with it already. This makes no sense. It's rambling. It's incoherent. And you're just throwing in, you're giving me a little Chad Daybell here. Like Chad threw in a little Harry Potter, a little Supernatural season 2, a little bit of the Book of Mormon, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and boom, he has a whole ass religion. Get out of here. Just cut to the chase.
Or blamed. We saved her life. And that is a win. That's a win for all humanity.
Okay.
So now what do we do?
Get her locked up for the
Court
rest of her
can,
life.
as the state requests, find a sentence appropriate of fixed life without parole. That certainly meets the protection of society
Yes, let's do
and
that one.
punishment,
That's the one we're going
the
to
first and last goals of sentencing. However,
do. Oh my God.
if the court so chooses, the court can also give the defendant a fixed term of years to serve in prison, followed by an indeterminate term of life. And after great deliberation and thought, we would ask the court
Hold on a
to
minute.
sentence Ms.
Back the milk truck up. You had great deliberation and thought, and this is your speech that you came out with? Bruh.
Vallow, Daybell, to a 20-year fixed term with an indeterminate term of life. We believe that that meets all the goals of sentencing with an added bonus of hope. So why would we give the defendant any hope at all?
I don't know. She didn't give anybody else any hope.
Are we rewarding her? I don't think so.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
It's not about her.
Oh,
Giving her hope, it's for us. It's for everyone in this courtroom. It's for everyone watching on the internet.
are you high? Seriously. The hope is for us. We're going to give Lori Vallow a shot at parole because it gives us hope, or giving her hope helps us somehow. What? These are the thoughts that you deliberated on. You took great time, weeks thinking about this. And these are the thoughts that won. These are the thoughts you thought you should speak. Oh my God.
It's for everyone who's going to watch this on television. It's for everyone who lives and breathes outside the walls of prison. Her hope will benefit society.
How?
In our opinion, if you give her fixed life,
I'm done.
you will have essentially thrown her away.
Uh-huh.
She has no incentive to rehabilitate, There is no deterrent to her or anyone else. The
Okay.
punishment portion is final and all-encompassing.
Oh my God.
However,
Hold on a second, you guys.
if we give her hope,
I got to mute.
we protect society by keeping her behind bars well into her 70s, but she has the incentive to be a model prisoner. She has the incentive to help those women that she interacts with in prison. And over time, she changes her behavior, her routines become habits, and she helps other inmates. She becomes a better.
Wait a minute. Back the milk truck up. How is she going to help other people in prison? How is she going to rehabilitate anything? She hasn't taken accountability for what she's done. Are you serious right now? Am I being punked? Are we all being punked? This is more irritating this to go around than it was the first 2 times.
Person. And as these inmates interact with her, this better version of Lori Daybell,
She going to recruit
they
the
become
rest
better
of the
people
144,000 in prison?
as they re-enter society.
To make up her own cult?
So without hope, the likelihood of success in reaching any of the goals of sentencing other than punishment
Man,
is
you gotta
very
get something
low,
stronger
if
than water, Your
not
Honor.
non-existent. Your Honor, we live in the greatest country in the world. We can do this.
That's why you're choking over there, Mr. Defense Attorney man. Because you know you're choking on bullshit. Come on. Now, I know you got to advocate for your client, and I get that. I'm not even shaming you for doing your job. It's not about that for me. It's about the words that you chose to use to do your job. That's the problem I'm having. It's not the fact that you're doing your job.
We can't bring JJ back. He will never reach those milestones. We can't bring Tylee back. She'll never have children of her own.
I feel like I'm about to have a freaking Samuel L. Jackson moment. Say hope again. Say hope one more mother time. You know, like, stop. The hope is not for us. Okay. Let me tell you when the hope was. Let me tell you when we had hope. Okay. As a society, when the kids first went missing, we had hope that Lori, through some weird ass delusion, really did think that these kids were in danger and she hid them away, but they were safe. That's when we had hope. Okay. Do you know when we lost hope? When they found her children's bodies on her new husband's land, buried in a pet cemetery. Okay. That's when all that the time for hope is over for society. Okay.
And we can't bring Tammy back. She'll never visit with her grandkids or teach a young student in the library or in her computer class.
No, she won't.
But we can try to bring others
What others?
who go to prison to a higher level than they are when they went in.
Not Lori.
And I think
She's
that's
not
important.
Rehabilitable. That's not even a word.
And I think that's a testament to JJ and to Tylee and to Tammy. I think that gives them something to carry on in the future. Forgetting about Lori Daybell is
now
not the way
she's
that we're going to
Daybell.
heal.
Oh, okay.
Remembering JJ, remembering Tylee, remembering Tammy, and allowing Lori to be the best person that she can be in a prison setting
Yeah, for the rest of her life.
to help
good.
other people in that
Sure.
prison setting.
Sure, she could do hair all
That's
she wants.
That's how
Mhm.
we're going to get the benefit
Although,
out of Lori.
okay, no. Look, here's the deal. This is what I think Lori's sentence should be. It should be life without the possibility of parole. And she can do hair in prison, but let me tell you what she can't do. Speak about religion. How about that? She cannot do any recruiting for the 144,000 in prison. Ridiculous. Here we go. I got to get up for a second and shut this door. The cats served me with the whole no-knock warrant, just busted right on in. Here we go.
The benefit to society of giving Lori Daybell hope far outweighs any detriment. And what do we have to lose by giving a woman in her 70s an opportunity to go before a parole board and to ask for release? There's not even any guarantee that she will be released in her 70s. But that hope is what's going to drive progress in this case. So in summation, we need to heal.
Okay, so basically what you want the court to do is bullshit, Lori. You want them to give her an opportunity to apply for parole, right? With no guarantee, which obviously that's what happens when you apply for parole. There's no guarantee. You might not get it. I mean, that's part of it, right? But so basically you want to continue with bullshit and lies. That's what this whole case has been about for Lori. Is her bullshit and her lies. So you want that to continue while she's in prison, to give her hope, even though there might not even though she's not guaranteed. And listen, part of getting out of prison when you apply for parole is to recognize that you indeed committed a crime and that you are remorseful for it. You have to acknowledge what you did. All right. And something tells me, spoiler alert, listen, we've all heard the speech that she gives. Okay. So I'm not giving anything away, but at the same time, like, honestly, when we all heard that she was going to speak, did we think that it was going to be, I didn't think it was going to be as bad as it was, but I had no hope that she was going to take accountability for anything that she did. I didn't think she would go as far as she did, but I did not think she was going to be taking no damn ass accountability, which is necessary for her to get parole. So why don't we just save the bullshit and hassle and just give her life without the possibility of parole, because she's never going to admit to anything any damn way.
Heal in order to have peace. Peace comes through love. Love is manifested in this case through hope. We ask the court to show mercy and look to the future. We ask the court for a 20-year fixed term plus life indeterminate, concurrent for all 5 counts of murder and conspiracy to commit murder. We would ask the court to give Lori Daybell a 14-year concurrent sentence for the grand theft to run concurrent with each one of the other charges. We can do this, Judge. We can move forward towards peace again and heal, which is what we really need to do. Thank you, Your Honor.
So let me.
Right. Thank you for the recommendations.
So let me get this straight. Your proposal to move forward and to heal is for the court to give Lori an opportunity at parole. This is about, right? What does that do to the families? That they're going to, if this had gone the way that he wanted it to go, right? That he pleaded for his client to get, right? What it would have done is all that the family would have been left thinking that day is, holy balls, in X amount of years, this bitch is going to apply for parole and I'm going to have to show up again. And every time she's up for parole until I can't show up anymore. Right. That, listen, let me tell you how I think about this, right? What Lori gave the families of the victims in this case is a fucking life sentence, right? They don't get paroled for good behavior. Do they? No, they do not. They don't. And it was through no choice. Everything that's happening to Lori right now is a consequence of choices and actions that she made, decisions that she made, right? And now, but the family members of the victims, they didn't have those same choices, right? Because if they did, who the hell would, choose this, obviously, right? So why should her sentence be less than their sentence? It shouldn't.
Mr. Thomas. All right, Ms. Vallow, before I impose sentence, if you choose, you may address the court. This is known as the right of allocution, which permits you to make a statement on your own.
Now, this may be known as the right of allocution, but what we're about to hear is bitch acidness. That's all I can tell you. Apparently, not only does Lori have the right of elocution, she has the right of bitch acidness because she about to serve it up.
On behalf or present any information in mitigation of the punishment for the crimes you've committed. And let me inquire at this time, do you wish to address this court? All right, very well. You may make your statement.
Here we go. Let me make sure that I have this. Wish I knew a way to zoom in on this. I can't turn it up. It's as high as it will go. Dadgum. Are y'all ready for this? Because here it comes. The right to bitch acidness. Here we go. Wonder if
I would like to
can
start
zoom.
by quoting John from the New Testament in the Bible. In John chapter 8, verse 7, Jesus says, "He that is without sin among you, let him first cast a stone at her." Then in verse 15, Jesus says, "Ye judge after the flesh, I judge no man. And yet if I judge, my judgment is true." Jesus knows me, and Jesus understands me. I mourn with all of you who mourn my children and Tammy. Jesus Christ knows the truth of what happened here. Jesus Christ knows that no one was murdered in this case.
You see? Already. Jesus knows that nobody was murdered in this case. So let me ask you this, Lori. Then what the fuck happened? Now's your chance. Why don't you tell everybody what happened?
Accidental deaths happen. Suicides happen.
They sure do. They
Fatal
didn't
side
happen
effects
here.
from medications happen.
Sure do. But not in this case.
I
Not
have
in
a
this
different
case.
perspective in life because in 2002,
No, you have a different perspective in life. It does not have anything to do with whatever the fuck you're about to lie that happened in 2002. Okay, that's not, you have a different perspective in life because you're a selfish bitch.
when I was pregnant with Tylee, I died in the hospital while in labor with her. They tried to stop my labor. They put me on the table and they put something in my IV, and I felt my spirit falling to the floor.
Girl, bye. That was Demerol. Stop it.
I was standing near my pregnant body, watching the doctors try to revive me, which took them a few minutes. In that time, my sister.
So what are you trying to say, Lori? That you were deprived of oxygen and you got brain damage? Is that what's wrong with your ass? Girl, bye. Nothing happened to you. You got a shot of Demerol.
Sister Stacy was standing to my left. I turned to hug her and was surprised that her spirit was as tangible as a physical body because I knew I was in spirit and she was in spirit.
What?
She said she needed to show
Hold
me
the
some
phone.
things. And
Hold on a minute. You were cognizant of the fact that you were a spirit. Can't other spirits hug each other? Isn't it the living that have difficulty? Yeah, that's what I thought, dummy.
we went to heaven.
Out here just trying to listen. We've all seen the movie Ghost, man. We know how it works.
I later returned to my body.
Uh-huh.
Because of this experience, I have access to heaven and the spirit world.
Girl, bye. You do not have access to heaven no mo, you demon.
Since then, I have had many communications from people now living in heaven, including my children, Tylee Ashlyn and Joshua Jackson, my sisters, Stacy and Lolly, my aunts and my uncles, and my grandparents.
Lori, stop playing with these people. They are not, heaven ain't taking your calls, ma'am.
I have had many communications with Jesus Christ, the Savior of this world, and our heavenly parents. I have had many angelic visitors have come and communicated with me. And
Okay, Lucifer was once an angel, ma'am. If you're going to be all quoting the Bible and stuff, evil comes in many forms.
Even manifested themselves to me. Because of these communications, I know for a fact that my children are happy and busy in the spirit world.
Busy.
Because of my communications with my friend Tammy Daybell,
Here
I
you
know
go.
that she is also very happy and extremely busy.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. This was a problem on the first time I heard it. This is a problem on this was a problem the second time I heard it. This is a problem now the third time that I've heard it. Listen, ma'am. Okay, friendship means you don't bang your friend's partner. Okay, that's like an unwritten rule in friendship. Okay, that's a deal breaker, ma'am. Y'all were not friends. If y'all were friends, then why did you and Chad plot to have her unalived? She wasn't in your way. So what was y'all were buds? She was cool sharing her man. So what was the deal? Why'd she have to get bumped off? Because y'all were not friends and you saw her as competition. Stop playing with these people, Lori. Ugh.
I have always mourned the loss of my loved ones, and I have lost many.
Yes, you're right. Angels like to keep control. Raquel Levis, Rachel. You broke girl code too. You broke every friendship rule there is, ma'am.
In this mortal world. However, I know them more than most people. I know where they are now and what they're doing. I know how wonderful heaven is, and I'm homesick for it every
You're not going to heaven, lady.
single day.
Just kidding. Listen, I don't really know where she's going. I don't know how it works, but you're not going to heaven right now. And I highly doubt that they're in communication with you. Listen, if you want to live my ass, the only communicating we're going to be doing is through me haunting the shit out of you for the rest of your life. Every day for the rest of your life, I'm going to fuck with you. Sure I am. Because when I come back as a ghost, I'm coming back petty.
I know we all lived in heaven before we were born on earth, and we were all adult spirits in the heavenly realm. We chose to come to earth as mortals. Heaven is more wonderful than you can possibly imagine.
I'm sure it is,
I
Lori.
do not fear death, but I look forward to.
Well, how come if you don't fear death, you were okay with them taking the death penalty off the table? If you didn't fear death, why didn't you say, listen, I don't fear death. Put the death penalty on the table. I don't give a rat's fat kneecap.
It.
YOLO.
I did not want to return to my body when I was out of it. Even though my son Colby, who I adored more than anything, was only 6 years old at the time, and I was about to give birth to this new baby girl that
See that? There it is right here. You're trying to say this whole heavenly story and all the things, and heaven is great. And I'm sure it's fun. I'm sure it's fun. I'm sure it's a real party town. Okay. I probably won't know because I'm probably going to have to do a little bit of time in the purgatory. I got some shit to answer for. We all do. Okay. But let me just say this. Even through all of this, it's still about you. This is what's wrong with you. You look at, you gave up heaven to raise your children. That's how you look at it, instead of recognizing that your children were gifts, you idiot. But you look at it as a sacrifice because that's who you are. You're a selfish ass demon.
I wanted so badly.
Thank you, Inspector Gadget. Love you too.
I was a young mother, and you would think I wouldn't want to leave my children, but as I stood in heaven, I did not want to go back. I thought they would be fine.
Of course you thought that, because you are a selfish demon. That's how selfish people think. That's exactly how selfish people think. Like, fine how? Yes, fine as in their needs would be met, right? But they would be incomplete because they'd always wonder about their mother. So why would you want your children to feel that way? Why would you want your kids to always have that little piece missing and to walk around for the rest of their lives wondering how their lives might be different if their mom was alive. See, that's why you're a selfish ass demon, Lori, because you can't think like that. You think that you're thinking higher level, but you're not. You're really thinking at a very, very basic, rudimentary, selfish ass level. That's who you are. You are selfish.
without me
Hurry up
because
and get
I
through
was
this gibberish. I
peaceful and I
can't
was
wait to hear it.
happy and I was home. But then I was told by Jesus that I needed to go back and complete things that I had covenanted or promised to do before I was born.
Yeah, see, and that's another thing. I understand. Hold on, Mac. You're going to have to wait. I know that part of the Bible. I understand that story, that theory, that all of that stuff, right? You're already trying to break a freaking promise because that's who you are. Stingy and a liar. You're Mac. Hold on. Excuse me, y'all. Let me let this cat out.
This caused me a lot of distress because I knew heaven was my real home and I only wanted to be there. I was free from pain, emotional and physical. But then I was shown how I would help my children and others in the future. So ultimately, I did agree to go back to my body. Kylie has visited me. She is happy and very busy. Kylie is free now from all the pains of her life. Kylie suffered horrible physical pain her whole life. I sat with Kylie in the hospital year after year after year while she screamed in pain when the morphine.
Oh my God, I read her to filth for a whole second before I realized I was muted. Let me tell you what I said. I wanted to ask Lori about this job situation in heaven, okay? Because we all have to, like, on earth or whatever, was part of this life, right? We got to work, we got to pay bills, all those things, right? I thought you would get a reprieve from that while you're in heaven. But according to Lori, you do not. Shut up, Lori. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. And listen, I'm trying to be objective with your ass. I really did try. I wanted to hear you out. And I've tried to see things from your point of view, but I cannot get my head up my own ass that far. So I can't see it from your perspective. Sorry.
Morphine wasn't even enough to take away the pain of her pancreatitis. I sat there while she cried and I held back her hair while she threw up. And I am the only person on this earth who knows how much Kylie suffered in her life. She had pain every single day. She never felt good. Her body did not work right. And I don't know if that was from complications from me dying while she was being born or something else, but she had a very difficult life.
So what you're saying to the court is that you did some throw the fuck off Dr. Kevorkian shit? Is that what you're trying to tell people? That you did this? It was a selfless act. It was an act of kindness on your part to take away Tylee's suffering? Really? Really, Lori? That's what you want us to believe? Ugh, nothing but lies. You are a lying liar mouth who tells lies. It's disgusting. The fact that you would even say that proves exactly what kind of demon you really are. Just evil to your absolute core. And that's why your ass is aging like milk, because the evil that exists inside of you is now oozing out through your pores. And that's why you're aging like that.
She was sexually abused by her own biological father since she was 3 years old, and she was forced by family court to go visit him for 10 years against her will.
And you need to stop with this too.
In court, I protected her. I tried to protect her with my whole life. I tried to protect her. I worried about her.
You tried to protect her, then how come she's not alive, Lori? Listen, I would die for my children. Okay. I would die to protect my children. Somebody would literally have to take my life in order to get to my children, right? But you're still there. Nothing happened to you. You were, bebopping around Hawaii. You got Chad looking like Peter Griffin, with a ukulele, like a bootleg Wish version of Peter Griffin. Because yes, Peter Griffin is drawn, unfortunately, but he is funny. Okay, he does have a sense of humor. And Chad's just like a lump of oatmeal, boring and bland.
Every single day. Tylee had to get her GED because she couldn't go to school every day because she never felt good. She felt sick.
I'm pretty sure Tylee got her
Nobody
GED
knows
because
this
she was
because
watching
Tylee, like
Daybell.
myself, tries to put on a good front,
Oh,
tries to be a happy person,
yeah. Thanks for telling everybody that you're a big fat liar.
tries to have hope in life, tries to know that she's here for a purpose and that she has an eternal purpose to be on this earth. But I never stopped worrying about her.
Okay. You didn't.
One of the
stop
times
worrying.
that Tylee came to me as a spirit after she died, she commanded me and she said to me, "Stop worrying, Mom. We are fine." She knows how I worry and how I miss her.
Look at the judge's face. Look at his face right now. Like he even can't believe the shit that is coming out of this woman's mouth. The fact that, first of all, listen, I don't want to tell anybody, I'm not knocking anybody's religion or their own belief system, but I can only tell you that few times that people who I've known in my life that are no longer with me on earth have come to me in dreams. And let me say this, they come to me in dreams the way the way they were in life, the same kind of personality. And something about this whole bullshit ass story about Tylee commanding her, it does not ring true. Because we all remember the interviews with Tylee where she's at the police station and the way she was around her mom. Tylee did not command you. In fact, I do recall Tylee not understanding and trying so hard to please you because she knew what being a zombie meant. You trash bag.
The first time JJ visited me after he passed away, he put his arm around me and he said to me, "You didn't do anything wrong, Mom. I love you. And I know you loved me every minute of my life." JJ, Joshua Jackson, was an adult spirit. And he was very, very tall when he put his arm around me.
Ma'am, what? See, this is why I think it's so effing insulting, right? Because this story, the way that she is telling it, right, conveniently absolves her of anything of any wrongdoing, right? Number one, but number two, the crux of the victim impact statements given by everybody, including her own attorney, acknowledging that JJ was so young that he hardly had got to really experience life. There were all these milestones that JJ was not going to reach because Lori took his life, right? She robbed him of that opportunity. So now she's saying he's not actually robbed of that opportunity, y'all. I don't know what the fucking fuss is about. I don't know why you guys are upset. He came as a tall spirit, y'all. It's fine. Shut up, Lori. You're full of shit.
He is busy. He is engaged.
Here we go.
He has jobs that he does there, and he is happy where he is. His life was short, but JJ's life was meaningful.
Yeah, his life was short because you unalived him. That's why. Okay? You're not giving a eulogy at a funeral for a child who passed away from an illness or an accident. Okay? You're sitting at your fucking sentencing hearing because you were convicted of murdering your children, you trash bag.
JJ was a wonderful person and touched the lives of everyone, and I adored him every minute of his life.
Except for the times when you were calling him a zombie.
My eternal friend, Tammy Daybell, has visited me.
She's not your friend, Lori. Stop telling people that. Just because you say it 11 billion times does not make it true. Okay? Y'all were not friends. Friends don't want their friends to be unalived. Friends don't push their friends' husbands to unalive them so that they can run off to Hawaii 2 weeks later and get married. Friends aren't shopping for wedding dresses or wedding attire or whatever the hell it was, that wedding rings, whatever the hell it was you were shopping for, which was inappropriate because you were planning a wedding with Chad. That's not what friends do. I mean, I don't know what friends do where you're from, but that's not where the rest of us live in the reality. That's not friendship. Okay. And the Judge Boyce, your face says it all, sir. We're all fucking stunned at this bullshit coming out of her mouth. Every single one of us, all of us, shook.
On several occasions, she came to bring me peace and comfort, and I know that she is extremely busy.
Maybe she did come to bring you peace and comfort. Maybe she's a better person than I am, because I'm telling you right now, if I were Tammy, I would be bringing you fear and torment.
Helping her family, especially her
Thank you, Kim. That was very sweet of you. I appreciate it and so generous. Thank you so much.
children and grandchildren. And I have a great love for Tammy.
Yeah, I don't encourage people to unalive people that I love. You know, that's just me. That's just me. I'm not trying to be uppity. I'm not real bougie. I don't have really super high standards or anything like that. But they are a little evidently higher than yours, Lori. I just want to know what
My
they're
beautiful
giving you.
children.
Hold on, I decided I had something else to say. I'd like to know what they've given you in prison, what kind of meds you are on that you thought that this cockamamie, rambling ass bullshit was a good idea. That is what I want to know.
Tylee Ashland and Joshua Jackson rest safely this day in the arms of Jesus. My wonderful friend Tammy Daybell rests safely this day in the arms of Jesus.
Again, Lori, all that is true except for Tammy being your friend. Maybe she was a friend to you in the beginning, but probably because she didn't see you coming. You were not a friend to her, and that's the difference.
And I look forward to the
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you the best advice that I've ever heard in my life come from a reality TV star, and that is one Lanithia and Nene Leakes. When she turned to Kim Zolciak and said these wise words: close your legs to married men. Trashy hooker.
day when we are all reunited, and I too will rest with them in the arms of my Jesus.
All right, Ms. Vallow, thank you for your comments to the court.
Yeah. That's, y'all, for reals. This is what you said. All the thoughts that swim around in that head of hers all day long. She's had all this time to think about this, all the things, right? And these are the words that she chooses. These are the thoughts that won out. And these are the thoughts that she thought was a good idea. Girl, bye. Ridiculous. So freaking disrespectful. So disrespectful. You haven't heard that one, Emily? That's the best one. That's from season one. That's from the season one reunion. Close your legs to married men. And then Kim says, excuse me, Nene? And Nene says, close your legs to married men. And she's all, and Kim says, wow, Nene. And then Nene says, trashy hooker. Because she is. All right, you guys. So there you have it. That is how I felt watching Lori's bitch assedness. Because that's all it was. Oh my gosh, I missed Lucia, thank you for being a member for a month when I was going off on my rant. I was trying not to look at chat because then I'd be getting distracted. But seriously, this is how I feel. Like, to me, watching this was so infuriating, so frustrating, and I was so disgusted. I don't know how anybody sitting in that courtroom could exercise the amount of restraint. And I feel like they were having a difficult time, and that's why there was coughing. I feel like that would be me. I feel like I would be biting my tongue so hard that I would have to cough because I'm choking on the blood in my mouth. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's too much. Aw, look at Allie, a member for 11 months. Love you tons too, babe. You know, like you just, everything, even when she is speaking about her children, which is so disgusting to me, it all relates back to her. She is a selfish demon. I don't know what else to call her. Just tired of her. I'm ready. Okay, and this is another thing now, y'all. She's okay. They're fixing to extradite her to Phoenix. Good luck to you in Maricopa County. It's like 187 degrees there, ma'am. Good luck to you in your tent. She's got to go to she's got to get over to Maricopa County before she even, I mean, she's over there in Idaho now and she's at her new residence, but she won't be there long because she's got a warrant out for her in Arizona. Arizona is going to come and get her, and they're going to come and get her quickly. Yes, Arizona. Yes, Brandy, Arizona does have the death penalty. She absolutely, I don't know. Let me see. I know that Arizona has the death penalty, but let me make sure that what she's charged with is, you know, death penalty qualified. Oh, Tony, I can see you, sweetheart. I know that when I was talking earlier, there was like the chat flashed on my phone. It was really weird. But yes, I can see you, and I'm so glad you're here. I have to, let me make sure that what she's charged with, this is what I'm waiting for. And this is whose house I would like to be a fly on the wall of. I want to be a fly on the wall in the homes of the Melanies, because I am very, very curious how they're feeling right about now. I'm curious if they're sweating, because they should be, because in my opinion, the Melanies need to be next. Frankly, they need to be next. Yes, Carol freaking Claus is pretty badass. I have to agree. I don't know, Cement Shoes. I mean, I'm sure at any given time there's several demons floating around and the books. So who knows? Melanie, she bang. It's time. The Melanies need the Melanies need some justice. Melanie Gibb, I'm speaking directly to you, ma'am. You know that you are far more complicit than you want us to believe. Okay? Stop playing with us. Stop lying to us. It insults our intelligence. Oh, thank you, Cutie Pie. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. That was very generous. I love our chat too. I think this is the best chat. So we'll see. We'll see what's coming. I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'm going to keep an eye on it. See what's going on with her, because I can't wait. Because I don't think Arizona is going to be as like chill with her as Idaho was, and I don't think they're going to give a rat's fat kneecap whether she wants the cameras in there or not. I think they're going to be like, too bad, so sad. We want the cameras. People want to see. And also, yes, DC primetime, absolutely. Melanie BP, girl. Listen, I was on the fence about just exactly how much you knew and when did you know it, right? Until those texts. When they read those texts between you and Lori in court, you ought to be a damn shamed. And more than ashamed, you ought to be charged. And I hope that you are, frankly. That's another one I'm waiting for to see the trial of, Cutie Pie. I want to know what happened. All right, you guys. So that's kind of all I got. Charge the Melanies. But yeah, that's kind of all I got for tonight. I don't know. I want to go live. Okay, I do sort of want to talk about this Brian Koberger alibi situation. Bruh. So I think that Mo, I'm not going out to Arizona where it's hotter than the ninth circle of hell to go watch her trial. Like, it's hot here in Florida. I don't want to go to Arizona because it's hotter than the ninth circle of hell, but also it's a dry heat, which is drying to your skin. And, when you hit 40, good skin is a gift. Okay. And I was very blessed to get good skin. My dad's mom had beautiful skin, and I have the same skin tone as she does. And I'm not taking my ass to Arizona so I can look like Lori. I mean, out here aging like milk, because there's only so much moisturizer can do. Oof, no, thank you. I think they were looking at her, Tess Mac. I absolutely do. I don't know what there's no statute of limitations on a murder charge or a conspiracy, right? So there's they could still, in theory, yeah, they could still do it. I think if there was any kind of deal that either one of the Melanies had with Idaho, we would know about it because the defense would have brought it out because they were going, they testified. So yeah, I think if they had any kind of, deal, that we would know about it because the defense would have brought it out. Now, I can't say for sure with Melanie BP, right? Because she didn't testify, but Melanie Gibb didn't have no deal. So we'll see. All right. Oh my God, difficult research. Yes, absolutely. Listen, I emailed you. I'm so glad to see you. Anytime that you want me to come up and roast Lori Vallow, Daybell. Hers is not Vallow. Anytime you want me to come up and roast Lori Daybell, I would absolutely love to roast her on your panel. Anytime. All you got to do is let me know and I will be there. No, Mo, let me just explain something to you. I just told you skin is a gift, and I am not willing to risk this gift for Lori Daybell's trash ass. Okay? Now, I'm exactly where I like to be, in the Sunshine State. I'm older than dirt, as y'all know, 46. I'm right where the hell I need to be over here in God's waiting room. Okay. There is no reason for me to haul my cookies all the way across the United States to see her. Okay. I'm not finna risk my good skin for Lori. Can't, won't. That's just how I feel. How I feel. I would, however, go to Arizona to see my family. They're all there. My mom and dad's side of the family. That's where we're from originally, is Arizona. And then we moved to Texas. We are the same age, Inspector Gadget. I'm older than dirt over here. I'm over here trying to listen. It's 10:29 p.m. over here in the Floridas. You know, and I got to be up early for no reason tomorrow because I got to get in bingo and Denny's and maybe a quick round of bocce ball before they start passing out meds at the home. You know, I'm the only reason I'm on right now is I'm out on a pass. You know, I had to talk quick for them to let me up out of the bed. Yeah, but anytime you want me to come up and roast the hell out of the Melanies, the Chads, any of them, all you got to do is let me know and I will be there. All right, Crushuk, I would love to. Absolutely. All right, y'all. Well, I want to thank y'all for being. I do too. I love bingo. I don't give a rat's fat kneecap what anybody says. Bingo can be fun, especially if you're winning. But I don't know how to play shuffleboard, but I do like bocce ball. All right. So for real surreals now, you guys, I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna come back, I think, tomorrow night because I need to get this whole situation with Brian's alibi, not alibi, out here, you know, giving the shaggy defense. It wasn't me. They caught me driving around. It wasn't me. My phone was on airplane mode. It wasn't me. Like, fuck off, Brian Koberger. Anyway, I definitely want to talk about that. Ooh, yes. We should do that. Absolutely. Just hit me up anytime. Like I said, I check your email. I emailed you at the email address that you have in your about section. So just let me know and I will be there. Absolutely. Plus there's some other stuff I want to pick your brain about too. But I wanted you to come and see this roast because I wanted you to hear me make fun of Lori because she's trash. All right, y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow night. We're going to go over this damn ass Brian Koberger alibi, no alibi, whatever it is. Okay, because I need to get that off my chest. It's frustrating as hell to me. All right. I will see all of you later. If you haven't done so already, give your girl a thumbs up on the stream. Share it out if anybody needs a laugh. Oh, difficult research. You didn't have to do that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. Y'all go over and support Difficult Research. She's got a great channel. She brings a fresh perspective to this case, really, because she is Kay and Larry's daughter. She's Kay Woodcock's daughter. Charles Vallow is her uncle. But it's refreshing to hear Charles, JJ, and Tylee spoken about by people that knew them so that we can know them better. I think that's really important because thank you, Allie, babe, for dropping her channel link. It's really important that because when we go through trials, you know, it's all about the perpetrator, right? Which that's what a trial is about. I mean, let's be honest about it. The trial part is about the perpetrator because the state has to prove that the perpetrator, the defendant was there and they at this time and they did this act on this date, et cetera, right? So the trial is mainly about the defendant. And there's a very small portion, if the defendant is found guilty, that is about the victims, the victims' families. And but as we've seen, sometimes they're limited on what they can say. And I think that one of the things that I have really enjoyed about Difficult Research's channel is getting to know JJ, Tylee, and Charles for the people that they are, that through the people that loved them, right? Because yes, they were definitely victims of Lori and Chad, absolutely, but they were so much more than that, and they have a legacy all their own that is beyond this crime, and difficult research brings that out, and I really, really appreciate it. All right, you guys. So for reals, I thank you guys all for being here. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Oh, I needed to rage at her, Allie. It needed to come out. And I actually feel some weird ass sense of relief that I got it out. And I think I might be ready to finish this video. So if you're a member, it'll be up when I'm done with it. So just be on the lookout. All right. And I'll see y'all tomorrow night. All right.